Yeah.
Very challenging.
You have more games this weekend?
Not this weekend, no. I'm calling the final next weekend, though, so excited for that. So that was the reason I was keen to do this one. It's quite far from where I live, but I haven't called Bulleen. I live in Cornbury in the north, so I'm actually quite close to Bulleen, but I haven't called them this season. I've called a lot of like Preston and Roy.
Yeah. I live in Braybrook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very far from me.
Yeah, jeez. Make the hour-long journey and see Bulleen play. Let's go. World Cup final.
Okay, this is one is the most important.
Well, hello and welcome to a very cold and damp Kingston Heath as Bentleigh Greens take on Bulleen Lions in the NPLW Victoria competition. Two teams with very different aims at this point in the season. Bulleen only a couple of wins away from securing first place on the regular season table, but for Bentleigh, it's all about survival. Currently sitting in that relegation zone, but only by one single point. So tight down there. You'd imagine that anything they can get out of this fixture will be a hugely needed bonus. I'll take you through the way that the two sides line up this afternoon. For the home side, Bentleigh Greens, they line up as follows. Number 5, Sarah Johnson. Number 9, Coco Parker. Number 10, Olivia Bomford, their captain. Number 12, Maeve Brown. Number 13, Jasmine Kane-Edwards. Number 14, Isabella Fernandez. Number 15, Gabrielle Simpson. Number 19, Helena Errington. Number 22, Ju Yun Han. Number 24, Taylin Wolfe, their goalkeeper today. Number 31, Lucy Allison. On the bench for Bentleigh, that leaves number 8, Sarah Shanks. Number 32, Megan Elliott. Number 36, Georgia Giuliani. Number 38, Isabella Rallis. And number 42, a potential debutant today, Zoe Di Iorio. They are coached, of course, by Angelo Koutos. For the visiting Bulleen Lions, they line up as follows. Number 1, their goalkeeper, Erin Hudson. Number 5, Jess Young. Number 8, their captain, Alana Byrne. Number 11, Roha Little. Number 12, Mila Bulic. Number 14, Yuki Sato. Number 15, Lourdes Gonzalez. Number 16, Caitlin O'Brien. Number 18, Tiffany Eliadis. Number 21, Rosie Roger. And number 22, Alana Cortolino. An absolutely stacked bench for Bulleen today. Number 2, Leah Muldeary. Number 7, young Matilda Alana Murphy. Number 17, recovering from injury, Maya Markovsky. Number 19, Ania Saleh. And number 20, Caitlin Storey, their backup keeper on the bench. Number 25, Emily Shields. And the home side exit their huddle, preparing to get us underway in their home green kit. Last time these sides played, it was Bulleen well on top, 7-0 victory on that occasion, but so much has changed with both these sides. You have to wonder whether that desire to get something out of this game might just hold Bentleigh in good stead. As they are the team who get us underway, going from right to left on your screen. Bulleen in their white kits, going from left to right. It is Bulleen on the ball, looking to play it through midfield. Nice little work on that left-hand side to keep the ball. They'll play it out from the back through Eliadis, who's playing centre-back today. Lovely ball over the top. They found Cordolino. Cordolino couldn't get there, though, ahead of Ju-Wan Han. Pitch will play somewhat of a part this afternoon. It's been raining pretty heavily all day in Melbourne. Seems to have let up just for the moment, but you'd imagine there's probably some more on the way. As a result, it's going to be challenging to play nice football along the deck. It's going to be challenging for the goalkeepers as well. So Barbieri out of the Bentleigh Greens setup. She's, of course, over in Paris doing some work for the Olympics over there. So she'll be certainly missed by the home side. Replaced by the youngster Wolf in her first NPL season. Johnston. Apologies, that was Jess Young. And Bentleigh looking to create something. A little bit of room in the middle, but it's closed down quickly by Yukasado. Harrington tried to get on the end of that 1-2, couldn't do so. The New Zealand under-20 international. Recently played in a pair of friendlies against the young Matildas. Here you go, Bulleen. Cordolino into midfield. Great pass and lovely work to release Gonzalez. Ball didn't go out. Came out to Sardo, whose touch was a little bit heavy. Lovely interplay. Bentleigh struggling to lay a glove on them at the moment. And that ball aimed for Aroha Little. Had a little bit too much pace on it. So it'll go out for a goal kick. Looks like there's a slight issue with the balls at the moment. Fourth official Lewis Chin just coming around to discuss something. Maybe there are officials from the other game, from the reserve game that happened on the other field. Not quite sure what happened there, but anyway, there's been some balls left on the pitch for some reason. We play on. Referee Angelique Mangian has it completely under control, whatever the case.
He's saying they're the under-17 match ball, which I think they are. So they were in the...
Well, apparently the ball's being used with under-17 match balls, so there you go, that could cause some issues, but if they're the same balls, it shouldn't matter too much for the live play anyway. Cordolino's in a battle with Ju-Wan Han once more on that side. The 24-year-old South Korean. Eliadis finds the feet of Roger. Rosie Roger goes one way then the other, able to play back into midfield. And that's a nice run in behind from Little. Little looks to square it towards the back post. Important header from Hahn to get it away from danger. We've seen in these opening exchanges why Bulleen would be favourites for this clash. Of course, they've got the Nike FC Cup final next week. Perhaps why the likes of Alana Murphy and Naya Markovsky start from the bench. Bentleigh. They have so much to fight for. Of course, anything gained this afternoon will be seen as very much a bonus as opposed to an essential part of survival, but they'll take anything they can get. So tight down in that relegation battle. They're currently sitting 11th. Calder United below them 12th. They're both on 11 points, and Brunswick Juventus just the 1 point ahead of them in 10th. Bulleen, of course, 6 points clear on top of the table heading into this round. They do take on Preston in the Nike FC Cup final next week, but then the week after that they take on Preston again in a game that could well have ramifications for the top of the NPL ladder. Still very much in Bulleen's hands though, particularly if they can get a result this afternoon. Applying the pressure there was Errington, but it was a nice turn away from the Bulleen midfielder, and it's released Roger. Rosie Roger cutting inside. Jess Young continues her run. Young trying to deliver, can't get it past the defence of Olivia Bomford though. Dropping very deep there, the captain to help out. 9 goals this season. She is the most direct goal threat for Bentleigh Greens. She's come back to do her defensive duties, and she's earned her side a goal kick as a result. Bulleen press, trying to win the ball back high. I wonder if that'll be a factor as the game continues. A foul one in a very dangerous area there by Jess Young. She's been busy in these opening exchanges. It'll be Tiff Eliadis to take. Certainly within shooting distance, could be a challenge for the young goalkeeper Wolf. Eliadis will take on the strike just over the crossbar, was always rising. A little bit of frustration there, it was a good opportunity. Take this moment to say as well on the team sheet, did have number 2 Leah Muldeary on the bench. I do see someone with a number 2 shirt running around. I'm not sure whether there was a late change or whether that team sheet may have had a few numbers mixed up, so try and find that out for you at halftime. Cordolino driving into the penalty area. Bentleigh in a little bit of a tangle, trying to do the right thing and play it out. But Muldeary is the one to get in and ensure that Bentleigh can't advance the ball any further. They do have the throw though. Nice touches to try and work their way out of trouble. Hand. Touch from a Bulleen player. It'll come all the way to Coco Parker, who wasn't able to get it under control herself. A little bit of invention from Yuki Sato. Cordolino just not quite on the same page. Ball swung in by Gonzalez, but straight into the gloves of Wolf as the rain begins to come down. It's not the the kind of day where breaks in rain are for very long, to be honest. Puddles all around the ground in the uncovered areas, and no doubt will play a part in this match. The ability of the teams to play the ball along the deck, the ability of the goalkeepers to move their feet, meet the ball in the air in particular. Eliadis switching plane to midfield. Sato. Byrne. Back to Eliadis now. Who'll switch play. Lovely ball to Cordolino. And an overlapping run of Muldeary is found. Cordolino, she's quick, but not that quick. Kane Edwards able to get there for Bentleigh. Eliadis. Roger. Good work from Johnston to win the ball there. Couldn't get to the rebound before Jess Young, though. And they are trying to do the right thing, Bentleigh. They're trying to play good football, to get it out, to beat Bulleen in the midfield. Again, it's doubly challenging, one, when you're playing the team on top of the ladder and about to play a cup final, and secondly, in these types of conditions. It has been scoring that's been the issue for Bentleigh this season. They've scored the least goals in the competition, with only 17 out of the 18 games played. So that is something that they'll have to improve in these last 4 games if they are going to stay in the competition next season. Today would be a pretty good place to start, as Muldeary's throw goes back to Bullich. Eliadis again launching it forward. Of course, a big out for Bulleen in defence is Isabel DeHarkis, who I've heard mixed reports whether she's injured just until the finals or whether she's definitely out for the season, but either way, it is injury that's keeping her out of the squad, and she certainly will be absent for the last few weeks of the regular season, including the cup final next week, so she's a big loss for them. She's been incredibly impressive in defence, the American. Not causing them too many troubles today as of yet, little. Gonzalez, and back to Young, who's robbed of the ball. Johnston trying to play it central but couldn't do so. And now Gonzalez out to Roger. Roger taking the player on one-on-one. Still Rosie Roger. Good defensive work from Maeve Brown to prevent the advance going any further. Already we can see this consistent issue that Bentleigh are having in terms of getting it past that midfield. Alana Byrne, such a clever player, the 24-year-old. She's able to cover a lot of ground. And with a player with the experience of Eliadis as well. That's a lovely touch from Jess Young, who tries to swing it into the back post, but again, Hahn is there. Gets there ahead of the very dangerous Cordolino, and we'll play it out for the first corner of this afternoon. It'll be Young who will take the 20-year-old, formerly of South Melbourne. On the books of Melbourne Victory as well. No appearances for them, however. And certainly a young player with big future ahead. She'll whip this one in. Cleared away. Bulleen will retain possession. Although that pass goes astray from Little. Cordolino. It's a fine battle between those 22s on that side. Hahn so far has done a pretty good job shutting out Cordolino. I'm sure it's something that we'll see develop throughout the game, particularly if Bentleigh continue to give away throw-ins in this area of the pitch. Whipped into the middle. Keeper's ball. Well, Rosie Roger got there before Taylor Wolfe. Thankfully, from a Bentleigh perspective, Wolfe was close enough that she was able to deflect the shot away and out for a corner. But a heart-in-mouth moment for the young Bentleigh keeper. Here comes Jess Young's corner again. Right into the danger zone, punched away this time. Cordolino comes away with it. Little will deliver in another ball that was looking for the back post run of Jess Young. But too much on the delivery, so Bentleigh survive another attacking foray by Bulleen. The rain is really coming down hard now. It will have quite the impact on the game, you have to imagine. Brown playing it into midfield. The pressure from Eliades, not quite enough to win the ball. And now over the top to Isabella Fernandez, putting pressure on. The ball was played by Gabrielle Simpson, looking for Coco Parker, but was asking a lot of Parker to get that under her control. Roger. Bullich. Sato. Such a technical player. Yuka Sato, 24 years of age. Made quite the impression last season for Southern United in a campaign that otherwise wasn't too successful, but she did enough to earn an NPL contract this season with Bulleen. Certainly proving her worth to them. Good work from Brown to cut off that run from Jess Young. Now it'll be up to Lucy Allison, who can't quite get it away. Byrne. Eliades. Jess Young. It's clever from Bulleen because as they force Bentleigh forward, they're then able to exploit the space in behind. Gonzalez appealing for a foul, not given. Hahn. Great work from Hahn. Coming all the way inside, but Jess Young is there to intercept. Gonzalez receive the ball in an offside position. Just an update as well as the process of elimination. Leah Muldeary was originally listed on the bench. She is, in fact, on the park for Bulleen. I believe it's Caitlin O'Brien that's the player that is not on the pitch as a result. Again, I'll try and find out at halftime whether that's an injury or a late change. Eliades. Long diagonal. asking a lot of the such. Roger trying to dink it over the top to Gonzalez. Keep it coming, but Allison had to play it out. And a foul from Coco Parker means that Bulleen will have another dangerous set-piece opportunity. Plenty of players lining up for Bulleen. The obvious target of Maya Markovski starting on the bench. She has been battling an injury. You'd imagine they're saving her for next week. Ball delivered in. Oh, Roger, almost the player winning the header. She's certainly not one of those obvious targets. Nowhere near one of the taller players on the pitch as that ball comes back in and is dealt with well by Wolf. Rosie Roger, the 19-year-old, she's been highly touted for some time. Fantastic technical ability on the ball. Certainly not someone you'd expect to be winning headers. Bentleigh has it opened up for them. Eliadis. Well, it may open up for Parker here, who shoots. A good save from Hudson. Appeals for a foul weren't given that time. Not given either. Bentleigh feeling very hard done by. They believe they should have had a penalty in the build-up to that chance. Eliadis was the player who came in and did that last-ditch defending to ensure that the original shot wasn't able to go through. Maybe that's her just showing her experience, her expertise. Played plenty of games at A-League women's level for Melbourne Victory. It was an important part of the sides that won those consecutive championships in the A-League women's. Didn't always start every week, but was able to fill gaps, play at centre-back, play at striker, many of everywhere in between as well. On that occasion, she was able to do the defensive work for Bulleen. Well, they do go into this match favourites. Last week's performance against Brunswick Juventus, another one of those sides battling against relegation like Bentleigh, wasn't completely convincing from Bulleen. So you'd imagine that Coach Angelo Koutos has taken a lot of heart from that game, hoping his Bentleigh side can exploit some of those weaknesses and those gaps. Now, equally, you could argue that it is the sign of a good side who can pick up 3 points even when they're not playing at their best, which is what Bulleen did last week. Heavy touch from Muldeary. Simpson can't beat Sato in midfield. Lovely turn. Cordolino can't get in behind Hahn again. Here's Young. Jess Young finds Cordolino now. Alana Cordolino back to Young. Young unleashes! And a wonderful strike. Jess Young. That is as clean a strike as you will see. Her 4th goal of the season. And it gives Bulleen the lead. Well, she found a little bit of space on the edge of the penalty area. Bulleen have had plenty of ball in that part of the pitch. And Jess Young had enough of the passes, of the trying to play in behind. She decided to go for the strike herself. the inside of the bar. Perfectly struck in the ends. And a fantastic goal to get us started. Bentleigh now. They've looked promising the last 10 minutes or so. What can they produce? Driving forward is Errington. Lena Errington went for the spectacular herself. Couldn't quite hit the target on that occasion. She is a player that's capable of creating something from nothing. That's good play from Bulleen. Byrne out to Young. Young trying to thread the ball through. It's a little, can't do so. It's incredible that Jess Young is doing all of this from left back. Very advanced left back position, mind you. They play an inverted fullback system. And Gonzalez will try and chase that down. It had to be cleared by Kane Edwards in the end. Bulleen will win the throw. And certainly both Muldeary at right back and Jess Young at left back invert centrally to overload and put continued pressure on Bentleigh. It's one of their great strengths, Bulleen. There's no weaknesses anywhere in the park, really. And again, just a reminder of what's on that bench. Maya Markovsky, who scored 13 goals this season. Alana Murphy, the young Matilda, who will be a massive part of the Australian Under-20 World Cup campaign. Just sitting on the bench for Bulleen. That's a lovely ball over the top, gathered by Little. Little cuts inside, shoots from a tight angle. It's always going to be difficult to hit the target from there, but the 20-year-old had ambitions of seeing that nestle in the back of the net. Simpson playing the ball back, and then there's attempted through ball. Couldn't find Fernandez. Bulleen go up the other end. Sato. Cordolino is offside according to assistant referee Benjamin Hoskin. Kane Edwards' ball is intercepted. Sato. Cordolino. And Cordolino can't get past Sarah Johnston. Oh, a challenging ball back and difficult to deal with. Bulleen are just piling on the pressure at the moment. Sato, Roger. To Jess Young again. Will it be two? Just over the crossbar. Fantastic football from Bulleen. They are running rings around Bentleigh at the moment. It's good link-up play. The players know where each other will be. It's fantastic to see. Eliadis. Sato. Some pressure applied. She's able to get out of it. Bullich. Gonzalez. Consolino. Little bit of a heavy touch. It almost worked to her advantage. But Johnson was able to block the pass central. Good turn again from Gonzalez. Eliadis driving into space. Bentleigh have just started sitting a little bit deeper. They've wised up to the fact that Bentleigh are drawing them out. It's a challenging ball to deal with for Kane Edwards. Does well. Fernandez. What it does do when you allow Bulleen the space is that they have players who are more than capable with the ball in defence as well. Eliadis is someone who doesn't need a second invitation to take the space in front of her. And between a rock and a hard place, really, with what to do with that. They do seem to have settled on a little bit of a deeper line, though. Here is Eliadis again, taking advantage of that space. Eliadis shoots from distance. Well, a challenging one again. On this surface, it was skidding along. But Taylor Wolf, at the second time of asking, is able to grasp it. Foul awarded to Bulleen and Leo Muldeary. Gabrielle Simpson a little bit too forceful in defence, in the opinion of the referee. Long ball from Eliadis. Finds Young. Jess Young. Out to Little. And Bulleen will win the corner. If you are just joining us, Bulleen 1-0 up, courtesy of a fantastic Jess Young strike. She'll be looking to help her team add a second as she prepares to take this corner. Delivery towards the near post. A little bit shallower, you'd imagine, than Bulleen would have liked, but they'll get another opportunity. It's cleared out behind by Jasmine Kane Edwards. A clear plan here to apply the maximum amount of pressure on Taylor Wolf in goal. Bulleen players right on the goal line. The in-swinging corner, well, Sato almost got a touch. Cordolino able to come back and gather for Bulleen. Well, this game started with a gap in the rain, but looking ominous. Then it poured with rain for about 10-20 minutes. And now the players have to deal with some blinding sunlight. So there you go, we are in Melbourne. As Bulleen advancing forward, a ball into the middle. Roger couldn't get there. Trying to eavesdrop on some of the conversation that's happening out on the pitch. Bentleigh worried about Muldeary making an overlapping run. Certainly Bulleen's fullbacks very, very active in the centre of the park, helping to create those overloads. It does seem that Jess Young now has taken a permanent position further up the pitch, with Aroha Little sitting a little bit deeper in that left back role. Lovely turn from Gonzalez. Cortolino, can she get there? Not quite. Again, fascinating to listen to the conversations. Erin Hudson out there. Fantastic goalkeeper. Keeping a goalkeeper of the quality of Emily Shields on the bench. It's directing traffic. Letting her players know that they can drive forward. Here come Bentleigh looking to create something before half time. Hahn gave it to Errington and then made the overlapping run. Hahn trying to receive it just on the byline. It was a good touch too. She's been a standout for Bentleigh. Errington, nice 1-2. Helena Errington to equalise for Bentleigh. And totally against the run of play. It is their Kiwi Youth International who makes all the difference. Bentleigh equalise against Bulleen. And it's 1-0 just before half-time. Well, the third goal of the season for Helena Errington. A player who has made a significant difference to the side since joining mid-season. An A-League women's player for the Phoenix. It was a really clever strike, and really the work started with her, and also Ju-Yeon Han, who's been fantastic, the South Korean, on the left-hand flank, firstly dealing with Alana Cortolino and then playing a huge hand in creating that opportunity. And Bulleen, they've been fated for their defence. They have the best defensive record by 7 goals heading into this game. And it was top-class build-up play from Bentleigh. Well, can they regain their lead before half-time? Bulleen might want that cushion to feel comfortable. Of course, so much on the line for Bentleigh. They're fighting for their survival. A point in this game would be so massive for them. Still a long way to go. They are so intrinsically motivated. Bulleen have first place in their hands. But if they can't find a way to pick up 3 points from this game, that might be in danger as well. Could we be in for a surprise here in Kingston Heath? You just never know. Lucy Allison, long ball. Here come Bentleigh again. Hahn, all the way back to Johnston, who delivers into the box. A dangerous ball. Bomford was lurking, as was Parker. As was Isabella Fernandez. Here come Bulleen. Little. Roger. Rosie Rogers shot blocked by Errington, who's everywhere at the moment. Can Bulleen create more opportunities before the break? Bentleigh will have the opportunity instead to play out from the back if they can. Imagine they'll be pretty content if scores stay as they are heading into half-time. They've weathered a lot of pressure from the visitors. The only stat that matters is the scoreboard. Again, still plenty of time for Bulleen to score another. But the longer that Bentleigh can hold on, the more they'll fancy themselves for a point or more. Young. Lovely work from Jess Young. She'll cut it in from the byline. Roger trying to keep it alive. Probably played the wrong option. She was hoping for a more advanced midfielder standing in that spot on the edge of the area. No one was there. Eliadis, long diagonal. Hahn heads away. Aldeary. Out to Cordolino. Instead, he'll go all the way out for a goal kick. Johnston. Eliadis will intercept the ball that was aimed at Fernandez. And that's a nice turn from Yuki Sato. Cordolino. Great work, Alana Cordolino. Looking to come inside. Gonzalez with the shot. Straight at Salem Wolf, who was able to save and bat it away. There'll be another Bulleen corner. And how much they would like to score another before the break. Regain that lead, regain the ascendancy, the momentum. Had it slightly taken away from them with that Helena Errington goal. Cordolino this time with the corner. Headed into trouble, but Bentleigh that seemed to come away with it. Bomford, their captain, under some amount of pressure. She'll play it forward. And a lovely turn inside. Now the centralising ball for Fernandez. Bomford and Simpson almost getting in each other's way. They managed to work it out. Good ball to find Bomford. Bomford's ball though. And we find Eliadis, a heavy touch, letting Bentleigh get back into it. But now it's Alana Byrne. Gonzalez. Yukisato. Back to Gonzalez. This is looking promising. Ball in behind to Muldeary. Liam Muldeary will square it across the face of goal. And it was great work, I believe, by Maeve Brown to beat Jess Young to the ball. She's already scored one this afternoon, was looking for her second. And Bentleigh able to clear it away for another corner. Cordolino again with the corner taking duties. Delivered dangerously again. A shot and in the back of the net. It's Jess Young again. It bounced kindly for her after coming off a teammate. Landed perfectly at her feet. And Bulleen regain their lead. Well, that is a gut punch for Bentleigh. They'd done the hard work. They'd gotten back into the game. It was looking promising. And it just fell so nicely to the 20-year-old. Now has her brace. It was bouncing around as it had done plenty of times before from Bulleen corners. But when it landed at the feet of Young, she was able to get a good swing at it. they're still going here, Bulleen. They want a third before half-time. Sato. Couldn't find Roger. It's cleared away. Can't be far away, you would imagine, from the half-time whistle. Bentleigh, they can't go into the break too demoralised. Yes, they've conceded another. Yes, they've gone in the breakdown. But there's been enough out of this first half to make them believe. Again, anything they can get out of this game is a bonus when it comes to relegation battle. But they do go into half-time down by a goal. A brace to Jess Young. The first giving Bulleen the lead. The second regaining it after Helena Errington equaliser means that at half-time it's Bentleigh Greens 1, Bulleen Lions 2. A very warm welcome to the second half here at Kingston Heath Soccer Complex, where the visitors Bulleen Lions currently lead Bentleigh Greens 2-1. It was a brace to Jess Young that's made all the difference so far. The first, a stunning individual strike. The second, falling nicely to her from a corner. For Bentleigh, it was Helena Errington who equalised. But now here's trouble for Bentleigh Greens. Maya Markovski and Alana Murphy making their way onto the pitch. What a duo to be able to bring off the bench. Maya Markovski currently has 13 goals for the season, well and truly in the race for the Golden Boot in the NPL. Alana Murphy, a Melbourne Victory stalwart, a young Matilda. And, well, if Bentleigh were up against it in the first half, the addition of those two players will make it all the more challenging. Here we go, the second half. Bulleen kicking us off, going right to left on your screen, and straight away Alana Cordolino with a burst of pace on that right-hand side. Cordolino manages to whip a ball in, and Young almost getting there, just evading her header. Now looking to counter Bentleigh. Maeve Brown has made a lot of ground. She'll play it in for Johnston. Johnston to Bomford. Olivia Bomford thought about taking the strike. Instead goes back to Helena Errington, who shoots herself. Lauren Hudson was briefly scrambling, but she got there relatively comfortably in the end. That's going to be the key combination. Olivia Bomford and Helena Errington, they combined for the first goal, along with some great work from Ju-Won Han on that side as well. She's marking Alana Cortolino on Bentleigh's left. And it will be Bomford and Errington, who you'd imagine will be the players having a role in a potential second equaliser for Bentleigh if they can get there. Bulleen, they did have the better of the first half. They weren't able to create many clear-cut chances, though, except for the goals that they scored. But the amount of corners and the amount of pressure that they were putting on Bentleigh, you did think that that corner goal was inevitable. Here's Markovski. Maya Markovski streaming into the penalty area. Couldn't find a teammate. The Bentleigh player down in back play. Murphy, nice touch. Little. Central to Young. Young playing it out wide. Cordolino. Not able to get it past three Bentleigh defenders. Just trying to take a look at what Bulleen players went off for the introduction of Markovski and Murphy. We'll get that to you when that's figured out. A little bit of a process of elimination. No fourth official board here this afternoon. Markovski picking up the ball. She's been so dangerous this season when fit, Markovski. Wouldn't they love to have her at full fitness as they head into both the Nike Cup final next week and then also the NPL finals. Rosie Rogers' ball back to Markovski, and then Markovski could only find Bomford. Johnston, the veteran in midfield, trying to control things. That ball was attempted to be played into the path of Isabella Fernandez. They've tried to use her pace up top, as well as Coco Parker getting involved, but really it has been Errington and Bomford who start a little bit deeper in this shape that have been the most influential. Ball played forward. Jasmine Kane-Edwards able to get there, and cut it off before it reached Markovski. Markovski now. It was dangerous, dealt with well by Taylor Wolf. Seems to have a fan club on the sideline. That's always great to see. Well, I haven't seen Mila Bullich this half, and I haven't seen Liam Aldeary, so I believe that they are the two players that made way at halftime for Maya Markovski and Alana Murphy. Young, not quite on the same page as Rosie Roger. Little, putting the pressure on, and it'll come away for Markovski. Maya Markovski trying to find space, unleashes the strike, but it's blocked. It'll come out to Cordolino, and eventually cleared by Jasmine Kane-Edwards. Well, there is Muldeary taking the throw. So that theory is out on the water. Eliadis, meanwhile, ball through to Little. Little trying to square it. Can't get past the first defender. Desperate areas for Bentleigh. Eliadis delivering dangerously again, but Hahn clears it out of play for a Bulleen corner. Of course, they scored their second goal from a corner, so Bentleigh will be hyper aware of trying to deal with this set piece. And in fact, it may well be Alana Byrne who was the second player to be removed, as Murphy's corner heads straight for Markovski. Well, she is the obvious target from set pieces. She's so tall, such a strong finisher this season. Wasn't able to hit the target that time. She's really improved her game this season, Markovski. She's always been there and thereabouts. Only 22 years of age. Played for Melbourne Victory for a number of seasons, but wasn't really able to convert that into consistent form. She left Melbourne Victory last season, but the form that she's in this season, you wonder if she's up for a recall at Victory or elsewhere. Seems to have added a few extra layers to her game, and that little bit more clinical. Aldeary, ball delivered in. Eliadis. Tiff Eliadis trying to drive into the penalty area, still on the ball. She'll play a long diagonal. She's done a lot of that this afternoon. Markovski winning it. Tried to play Cordolino, and she's gone to ground. Oh, this is not good news for Bulleen. Looked to be in a bit of pain, but no, she's up and about. That is good news. And looked for a moment as if something had twisted while she was on the ground. Anyway, play continues. Ball delivered in. Brown being put under pressure. Murphy. To Mila Bullich. Bomford. Great ball from Olivia Bomford, but Fernandez couldn't get there ahead of Bullich, who did very well to intercept. I said earlier, I thought Mila Bullich was one of the players that was subbed off. Just seen her on the ball a couple of times, so I think I'm going to lock it in, Eddie. I think it's Alana Byrne and Lourdes Gonzalez who were the players who were taken off. Apologies for that one. Difficult when there's no fourth official board at these grounds. He's young. Looking to find the run of Cortolino, couldn't do so. And it's Bentleigh with the goal kick. Nice touch from Bomford, but intercepted again from Eliades, who's been fantastic at the back today. Not just her defence, but also there's that ability to play those release balls, those long diagonals. Really do make a big difference. Maeve Brown's throat. Murphy getting into intercepts. Little's ball gets away from Eliades, but no one from Bentleigh chasing. So she's able to comfortably play it out to Muldeary. Bullich. Oh, and Cortolino has nipped in to win the ball. Alana Cortolino, it's come back to her somehow. And a third time, Cortolino. Sato trying to play it into a more advantageous position. In the end, Bentleigh able to get a hold of the ball. And perhaps a 50-50 there. Many of the fans not too happy with that call, but this referee, Angelique Mangion, she's very happy to let things go. She's pretty consistent at that when she referees the NPL. Happy to let games flow and not too keen on blowing the whistle. Murphy to the feet of Rosie Roger. Roger's ball not able to find the run of Jess Young, who's searching for her hat-trick. After scoring what was a very clean strike to open the scoring and then finding a way through from a corner. Ball out to Roger. Overlapping run from Little. She'll be found. Araha Little cutting inside. Sharp defensive work to clear it out of play. Good work from Markovsky. One way, then the other. Little into Jess Young. Jess Young finding more central space to the feet of Markovsky. Maya Markovsky can't get a shot away. She'll play it out back to Young. Good defensive scramble from Bentleigh to ensure that Young couldn't get the shot away. But here's Cortolino. Chance not over. Hahn gets a foot in. It's sent in anyway. And Taylor Wolf, safe hands from the young goalkeeper. Eliadis, Roger. Eliadis, back to Roger again. And that's a great run from Eliadis. Tries to square it, couldn't do so. Cut out well by Lucy Allison. But again, that's just smarts from Eliadis to be able to find the space. Interesting to see Alana Murphy sitting at centre back at the moment. We'll see another substitution for Bulleen. It's Leah Muldeary coming off the pitch. Have to give up the captain's armband that she was given from Alana Byrne at half-time. And coming on the pitch is Nia Saleh, who spent 2023 at FV Emerging, only 17 years of age. Fernandez not able to get there ahead of Murphy, who was back there just temporarily, covering Eliadis as she went on a marauding adventure up the pitch. She does normally play in that 6 role in the A-League Women's and seems to be doing so here this afternoon. They are very fluid, Bulleen, and that's something that really helps their success. Cordolino looking to whip in a ball of quality on her left, but too close to the goalkeeper. Wolf hangs on. And that ball misread by Roger, which allowed a brief moment of opportunity for Bentleigh, but Bulleen went ahead and won it right back. Certainly this has been a game where Bulleen have dominated possession, but moments like this, where Hahn is intercepted, Bentleigh can be dangerous. It was such a well-worked team goal. You can see what they're trying to do. Eliadis so far has been pretty imperious back there. But it only takes one moment and a clinical finish for things to be all level again. Bullich couldn't get through that time. Eliadis. Cordolino. Trying to square it, again dealt with well by Allison. Alana Murphy. She can hit a long-range strike, Murphy. That time was never really hitting the frame of goal. And she's become somewhat known for that, the youngster. Maybe it is just that exuberance of youth, willing to take risks and backing yourself in those sorts of situations. Little tried to play it to Cordolino. It's good work in the corner by Parker, and Bentleigh ends up winning the ball back. Little able to win the ball from the throw though. Sato, Jess Young, try to pick out a teammate, the unselfish option. It was the substitute who was waiting, Nia Saleh. That's a lovely ball to find the feet of Maeve Brown, who's in a lot of space on this far side. A good cross in as well. Trying to find options. Errington towards the back post. Well, the offside flag was up against Fernandez in any case, but it was brave goalkeeping from Erin Hudson to get there first. Both players look a little bit worse for wear after that collision. Both had eyes for the ball only. But both player and goalkeeper knew that that collision was coming. They were both willing to put it on the line for their teams. In the end, both are back up on their feet and able to continue, so that's good. That's a lovely ball in behind, looking for Saleh. But Hahn again, who really has been fantastic today, equal to the challenge. Markovski now. Saleh. Back to Markovski. In fact, it's gone all the way to Jess Young. Young again with the strike. It's hit Markovski. Could be advantageous here. Good awareness from Wolves to get down and ensure that Markovski couldn't take a swing at it. It had to be good awareness as well, because not even Markovski really knew what happened there. It hit her in the back and then almost fell perfectly into her line to take a shot. A little bit scrappy. Here's Bentleigh though, trying to take advantage, and Bomford was making a great run. Had the ball come to her, she would have had a clear side at goal. So Bentleigh, as long as this margin stays at 1 goal, they will really back themselves here. This second half, certainly they've been looking to create more and more, especially on the counter. Here's Simpson. Good work by Roger. Preparing another substitution here, Bulleen. That'll be their 4th of the game. Bentleigh still yet to make any. Errington. They do have a very young bench, Bentleigh. It'll be interesting to see how they're used. Potential debutant, as well as a number of youngsters in their first NPL season who have seen a lot more under 20s action than senior action this season. Iliadis. Happy to just keep passing it around here, Bulleen. Now it's found Murphy and a lot of space. Out to Saleh. From these moments, Bentleigh are looking to capitalise, but instead it goes back to Bulleen. Markovski, lovely turn. Jess Young, Cordolino's free. Eventually it finds her, but she was coming back from an offside position. Assistant referee Claire Green with her flag raised. So we will see that substitution for Bulleen. Yuka Sato is the player coming off the pitch. She's replaced by Caitlin Storey, another veteran of the league. 2 goals this season. And in fact, is coming up against her former club today. So a bit more meaning for her. She played for Bayside United last season, obviously what Bentleigh were known as last season. Fernandez, well, the ball came off her back again. That could have gone anywhere after it hit her. It could have gone right out in front. Instead, Bulleen again coming away with it. Kane Edwards trying to advance it forward. Can't beat the substitute Storey. Markovsky turning on the afterburners to try and beat Hahn. Eventually it goes the way of Bentleigh via a goal kick. In fact, via a free kick. But they'll play on from the goalkeeper anyway. Maeve Brown. Fernandez dropping deep, trying to escape the attentions of Eliadis, but can't do so. Now here is Eliadis receiving the ball high. It's not quite on the same page as Cordolino there. Roger. Murphy. Coming back to receive is Storey. Cordolino. Markovsky. Maya Markovsky. Wonderful work from Markovsky. And that's 3 for Bulleen. Whenever she has been on the pitch, she has been unstoppable this season. That's goal number 14. And a 2-goal buffer now for the top of the table Lions. It's just stunning footwork from Markovsky to be able to find the space in the penalty area. And you knew as soon as she hit it that it was going in the back of the net. And that is the form that she's been in. Bulleen fans will be so happy to see her back just as the Nike Cup final approaches. She's been battling a foot injury. But now, coming off the bench at halftime, she's had the desired impact for Bulleen. And she's looking very, very challenging to deal with. Here she goes again. Markovsky claiming she was held. Murphy being urged to shoot. Instead, has the ball taken away from her, and an opportunity for Fernandez, but Eliadis. Well, this will be an interesting decision. She's given the foul and produced a yellow card. The referee ruling that Eliadis not in control of the challenge. That has taken out Fernandez. Well, for a minute there, I was wondering if it was perhaps borderline a dogzo call, but Bulleen defenders were getting back, and it was quite a fair way away from goal as well. There are other considerations than last defender. It's control, direction, the distance from the goal. So just a yellow card produced. Regardless, it was a challenge that certainly stopped a fantastic opportunity. Here's the set piece from Bentleigh. Eliadis up to header. Fernandez wraps her boot around it, but can't get any real force on the shot, which means that it'll trickle out for a Bulleen goal kick. Ball gets away from Young, but she wins it straight back. Jess Young. Up to Cordellino. Alana Cordellino cutting inside, strikes on her right. Not her best. You can see the idea though. Probably hasn't been as involved in this game as she has in some others. Alana Cordellino, still only 17 years of age. Such an exciting talent of Victorian football. Comes straight back to Markovski. Maya Markovski shades the top of the crossbar. My goodness, that is how quickly Markovski can create an opportunity. It was another clean strike, just went back a little bit too much, which meant that the ball flew over. But Bentleigh cannot make any mistakes playing out from the back because they will be punished. They opt to go long this time, perhaps understandable given recent events. Murphy in a battle with Bomford. Gives away the foul. Errington. Back to Murphy. Storey. Bulleen happy to just retain possession. They've got that 2-goal buffer now. Bentleigh are the team that have to come to them if they are a chance of getting a point out of this one. Cordellino squares it. No one waiting at the back post. Bomford. Up against Little, will play the ball up the line. And Liardis easily able to get there. Not for a lack of effort from Coco Parker. Liardis. Too Little. And again, Bulleen more than happy to play the ball around the back. It's in their interest for these last 15 minutes or so to be as low tempo as possible. Given their cup final next week, they'll want to preserve the health of all of their players, the fitness of all of their players. But first, they have to lock up these 3 points. Markovski has got Murphy in the middle. It's headed away. Come back to Caitlin Storey who shoots. And it bounces just wide. Bulleen, they have this embarrassment of riches on the pitch, really. Any player can make something happen. Storey coming off the bench is a really solid NPL player in her own right. See the likes of Markovski's been battling with an injury. Alana Murphy probably hasn't had a lot of time with the team, so coming off the bench makes sense in her case as well. But there's just talent and danger everywhere on the park. Even without, of course, the injured DeHarkis. Saleh trying to make something happen. Still on the ball, square it, Jess Young left it. Lucy Allison was able to clear away. Markovski, again, just in dangerous areas. Roger finds Markovski from the throw. Inventive from Markovski, and then Saleh clever to get the ball back. Young was lurking centrally again. Cleared away by Helena Errington. Bentleigh still yet to make a sub, which is a fascinating choice from their coach, Angelo Koutos. Bulleen, by contrast, have made 4. I wonder when we're going to see the first sub. Potential debutant, Zoe Di Iorio, waiting anxiously. Store plays the ball through, trying to find Young. Wolf can collect. Bomford. Johnston. Plenty of plays ahead of her. Try to find the run of Fernandez. It was good defensive work from Mila Bulic to ensure that Fernandez's attack could go no further. They will win the corner, however. We will see a substitution for Bentleigh. Gabrielle Simpson is the player who's making way. A new player introduced for Bentleigh for the first time in this fixture. It's Megan Elliott in her 4th appearance in the senior NPL side. Ball delivered for Bomford. Here is Elliott. Maybe could have found space to shoot, but Alana Murphy was on her like a flash. Markovsky trying to evade Johnston. The ball over the top and go harmlessly to Wolf. A little bit more attacking impetus now from Bentleigh. Maeve Brown cutting inside Jess Young. Now the ball just falls to Eliadis. We'll have an opportunity to retain possession here, though, from the throw. Brown's ball looking central. Elliott comes away with it here, the substitute, and now a shot from Coco Parker well wide. It did sit up for her nicely, Parker. Wasn't able to be effective with the strike. Well, it feels now, since that third Bulleen goal, that we might be meandering somewhat to the conclusion of this game. Bulleen more than happy to keep possession. They've been very successful at that throughout the fixture. You could see that Bentleigh's chances were coming in transition. That fantastic team goal that they scored in the first half. But against Bulleen, it's going to be very difficult to get enough of the ball to score the 2 goals required. Offside flag was raised there against Cordolino. Parker, taken away. Store can play it back to Bulic. Markovsky trying to find Salah. It's cut out well by Hahn. Again, there's no need here for Bulleen to do much with the ball. I'll still play it forward. Markovski, Salah. Storey, nice touch. Back to Jess Young. Jess Young for her hat-trick. Comfortable enough for Taylin Wolf. Strong work from Murphy again. Salah trying to evade the attentions of Hahn. Does well. And wins her side a corner as a result. Another attacking set piece for Bulleen. They've had plenty this afternoon. It'll be Murphy who will take. Again, not only is she a fantastic presence to have on the pitch, it's very handy having Melbourne Victory's set piece taker just on your bench, able to come on in the second half. She's somewhat of a surprise appearance in the Nike Cup semi-final. And here she is playing NPL towards the near post, gathered by Wolf. She's been okay today, the youngster. Bentleigh Jr. She's had to deal with a lot of pressure from Bulleen and has come out with a lot of credit to her name. So Barbieri, of course, in Paris, working on the Olympics. So that is why she is not in goals for Bentleigh. Elliott just being swarmed whenever she gets near the ball, the substitute. Markovski putting on a lot of pressure and winning the foul. She's immediately clutched at that right ankle as she's gone to ground as well. Getting up a little bit gingerly. She's getting a little hand of encouragement from Storey. Only a few minutes left, Maya. She'll be okay to get through it. Murphy standing over the free kick. Plenty of options in the middle. She'll deliver for Markovski, who can't quite get the touch. It looked like it had missed her. She must have gotten the faintest of touches. Came through to Taylin Wolf, who was able to gather. All she needed was a little bit more on that Markovski, and that would have been her second. Markovski again. Storey out wide. Cordolino driving towards the back post. A good grab from Wolf. Enthusiastic applause from the Taylin Wolf fan club on the sideline as well. Despite the long distribution, it's Bulleen who again just come away with the ball. Bullich, out wide to Roger. Murphy happy to play it back to Eliadis. And that pass intercepted. A little bit lazy there from Tiff Eliadis. That allows Bentleigh an opportunity. Maybe Johnston trying to get there first. Can't do so. Well, it almost came out to Coco Parker, and that would have been the chance. But as it is, it's Cordolino who's streaming away on this left-hand side again. Alana Cordolino trying to find Markovski. It'll come out instead to Jess Young, who saw a hat-trick in her future. Couldn't hit the frame of goal. It's always going to be a little bit ambitious from that kind of distance. So 3 minutes of stoppage time it is. It's 3 minutes for Bentleigh to pull off a miracle, but more likely for Bulleen to just control possession, maybe create another opportunity. Has been one of those afternoons where, oh, Murphy, well, that was ambitious. Little shake of the head. If young Matilda's coach Leah Blaney is watching to keep tabs on Murphy's progress, I wonder what she would have made of that. Again, she can hit them from distance. And certainly it's been one of those games where Bulleen have been on the front foot. Bentleigh have held on. They've done themselves a credit. But I think the class of Bulleen has showed itself as the game's continued. Eliadis has been particularly strong. Markovski off the bench looking to add her second. Markovski, clinical. It's 4 for Bulleen. Maya Markovski has 2 coming off the bench at halftime. And it will end here. Bulleen 4, Bentleigh 1. Her 15th of the season now. She doesn't need a second look, a second invitation. Pure, decisive finishing. Well, for Bentleigh, again, anything that they got out of this game would have just been a nice little bonus. I don't think when they're writing up their plan to escape relegation that they were thinking too hard about getting something out of a top of the table kind of clash. There have been promising signs for them. Harrington again, always a bright spot. Bomford, brilliant. Bulleen have just been that little bit too good today. And they remain in the driving seat to finish top of the table, win the premiership. And perhaps come away with a trophy or two. It's a lovely ball over the top, searching for the run of Parker, but it's gathered comfortably by Hudson. So full time. The home side battled, stayed in it for long periods of the game. They equalised in the first half through Helena Harrington, and it looks like for a time that they may well get something out of this clash. But Bulleen, that class, that quality shone through. A first half brace for Jess Young, followed by a second half brace for substitute Maya Markovski, who takes her tally to 15 goals for the season. Means that at full time, it's Bentleigh Greens 1, Bulleen Lions 4.